Okay, Lord, I turn on that. I hit that live button. It's like a heater kicks on inside of me. It's hot. All right, so today we're gonna make some beef stew. Now, I did a few shortcuts because I'm gonna leave my pot sitting here on this hot thing to let it start heating up. We're gonna grab a little bit of oil though to let that heat up with it. Let's see. And we're just gonna pour a little bit of this oil in here. Let that get going. Just I don't know, I would say that's probably about 1/4 of a cup. And actually, since that pot has been kind of not used in a while, I'm just going to wipe the whole insides with it, that oil. Looks like I forgot to do that after I used it last. Okay, so we got our pot heating up, and now let me tell you what I did. I forgot to take out my stew meat to let it defrost. So I let it defrost for as long as I could. Come on now. And what we're gonna do now is I stuck it. It wasn't completely defrosted. Hey, a Stars Party! Thank you guys. So I stuck it in the Instapot for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I didn't season it. I didn't do anything to it. I did that just to kind of get it to, I don't know, defrost a little bit faster. Big Daddy has to work tonight, so I'm trying to kind of get this meal a little bit faster prepared. Normally, I cook beef stew kind of all day. Now, I got my big bowl here, and it was wet, so I'm just going to dry it out a little bit. I just washed it. And we're going to take some flour. Actually, let's use this flour. Just regular all-purpose flour. I keep mine in the freezer. I don't know why. Just do. We're going to put some of this in the bottom of the bowl. We don't have to measure. And it looks like my oil over here is absorbing, so I'm going to add a little bit more. Plus, I wiped some out. So let's add a little more oil. Oh, that might have been too much. Dang it. That's all right. We'll work with it. Again, we can wipe it out. Okay. Now, let's take our beef out of here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to season up my flour really good with salt and pepper. I'm using well, this is Paya. It's another creator, the Cajun Ninja. If you haven't checked out his page, check it out. Makes a lot of great Cajun dishes. So I mixed that in there with the flour and seasoned it up really good. Now I'm going to take my beef out of this pot here. And honestly, probably be faster if I just use a colander. Let's do that. Let's see if I can find a colander. Well, I can't, so let's go with the original plan. Shut the freezer. Thank you. Oh, what would I do now, y'all? I don't even hear that little noise it makes anymore. Now this meat is kind of brown already. Looks like it's cooked, but it's not cooked all the way. That's all right, because we're about to cook it. And I sure wish I would have found that colander. All right, we got a piece of meat that kind of fell. This ain't all the meat, but we're gonna get started. Tossing it in this flour. And then we're gonna drop it in that pot and let it kind of brown. Ooh, I did it. Thank you guys, y'all did it. All right, let's brown this meat. I'm gonna get that going, sizzling in there. And we're just gonna brown this up. Now, once I get all this put together, I'm gonna throw it in the oven. Is she working out of her Instant Pot right now, putting? Yeah, my meat wasn't defrosted all the way, so I threw it in the Instant Pot for 2 minutes. But if you defrosted your meat, you could skip that part. Beef juice. Beef juice. Oh, it's gonna make some more beef juice. And I actually am. Wait till I show you what I'm about to do next. All right, let's put the rest of this meat in here. Ooh, got another one. Let me move this. I swear, this kitchen, the other day I was complaining about it because I ain't big enough to do these lives really. And Big Daddy said to me, "You're the one that wanted this house." And he's right, I am the one that wanted this house. But when I bought this house, I didn't think I was going to be doing cooking lives. I didn't even know that was a possibility. Here I am. Life happens. So we got to make the best with what we got. And I guess we could buy another house, but I don't want to. I really do like this house. I mean, it ain't perfect, but plus I'm not big on change. Even though it seems like we change all the time, right? All right, we're almost done here. I don't remember how many pounds this was. I threw the package away. But it was one of those big family size packages of stew meat that you get at Sam's. I'm coming, y'all. I can't see your comments right now. All right. Now, let's toss this meat in the flour. I think I need to turn this up. Yeah, I got it on low. Let's turn it up. Good morning, Miss Gaynell. I couldn't read the rest of that. It went by too fast. I will go back and see it. Yeah, buying houses right now is not a good idea. Interest rates are about to go up. And good luck finding one. There is nothing in our market. And I certainly don't want to build right now. A remodel, oh God. It needs it, but I don't know. You know what I see in my future? I see us building a building out back to put the craft room and stuff in, and maybe an outdoor kitchen and working in there. That would probably be the best thing. That's what we talked about anyways, but that's gonna be a minute. There's so many things we want to do, but you know, I got one in college and one about to go to college, and then I got two about to go to college, and then there's one more. I don't know. Maybe it'll be in the budget. We'll see. All right, so let me make sure I turn this up and not down. Okay, I did. Oops, just dump that right on top of my hot cover. you why in a second. We're gonna leave this meat right here and let it brown. Now this part is optional, okay? We like, well, they don't even know they like it because they don't even know they give it. But I have not picked out a new stovetop yet. I don't know, it's such a big decision. I want to make sure I get the right one, but you know, you kind of don't know what you want until you start using what you got. So I have a feeling, I'm scared to pick out one. And Big Daddy, and I want to convert it to gas. And Big Daddy said, well, let's just go get a, you know, a cheap one for now. I'm like, no, because I know me. It works, I'll stick with it. Ronnie's home. Now this is turnips, and I cut these up and use them like potatoes, and they don't even know. They think they're new potatoes. But it gives it a nice, I don't know, if you haven't had a turnip before, it's like a, it's not spicy, but it has a different, like a spice to it.
What's pregnant?
Some beef stew.
Oh, anyways. When we were eating
I'm laughing.
when we were eating dinner with our grandparents last night, they asked what you did, so I told them, and they're like, this girl was like, oh my god, you're right, I don't want you to look like this.
Really?
I mean, I think she might have gotten confused with someone else. She was like, did she make a squash casserole? I was like, I haven't made a squash.
No, I didn't make a squash casserole.
But I told her it was a sugar shack, and she like knew what that was.
She might have seen it before. John went to dinner. Sorry, it's just the spicy smoke.
Oh no, it was at their house. She made chili. It was good.
Better than my chili?
Oh,
Girl. Sorry. She can somebody put that in there. I can't wait for them to have well, I can. But when they have kids and they spend all day cooking dinner for their kids to look at them in the face and say, oh, Mama makes it so much better. All right, let's see. She cooks for her family. Oh, God, here we go. We got somebody being mean. Probably about my hair. Is it my hair?
I want to read it.
I don't know. Don't go through it. Go read on my iPad.
Where's your iPad?
And mine.
Oh, wait,
Read on your phone. Why don't you read the comments for me? Sorry, my hands were full. Couldn't cover that one. I am just cooking for my family, and I'm trying to hurry because Big Daddy's got to go to work tonight. All right.
Someone asked if Carolyn's in from school.
No, that's Dawn, and she's a senior, so she gets out at like 10:30.
Someone just said pull your hair back. That's all I saw.
I really would like to pull my hair back. Do you have a rubber band? I can't do that. It's hot in here. I'm not pulling it back though because you need to pull it back because I think we're in the middle of a hot flash. Alright. That actually feels a little bit better.
Did you just like wash these or something?
Wash what? Yeah, you're sitting on a
Woman. I was wondering, I was like, what's leaking on my leg?
She said, I have rugs strode over a chair, and I just washed them. And she sat down on them, and I forgot to tell her they were wet. She thought she was leaking. Let me see. Yeah, you had some wet spots. Alright, let's take this meat out of here. I know they still got some pieces of flour on it, that's okay. John, hand me that big light old thing that I use.
Actually,
Do what?
someone said, are you moving away?
I don't think so, girl.
Where'd you get these from?
What? I bought them the same time I bought yours.
I know, but where did you get this from?
Yeah. What? Where's yours?
The dryer.
No, they're in that basket. You need to go with it. Okay, it's not clean 100%, but I need to get this meat out of here. So we're going to take it out and stick it in this thing.
What does that mean?
It's just beef stew meat. Hey girls. She is. She's funny too.
Oh yeah, they also have cornbread and chili. I didn't get any because I don't like cornbread. They're like, oh, so you're not a country girl. There's Mexican cornbread.
That's good stuff, John. A lot of people eat cornbread with their chili.
Yeah. She really good chili.
What's so good about it?
I don't know.
What's you do to it?
I don't know. Do you pick corn in yours?
Corn in my chili?
She had corn in hers.
That's interesting. Sounds good. Does she have beans in it?
Yeah. Honey Asbury asked, what are you fixing?
Beef stew, but I think I'm burning my pot.
Are these sweet potatoes?
Just regular potatoes.
Yeah, nice.
They're supposed to be for lunch. Alright, look what's going on here. I'm making a mess. Let's add a little bit of oil.
Debbie said, why do you put the stew meat in flour?
Just to kind of get that green in the bottom of the pot. It helps to flavor it. It helps to seal the flavor into the meat. Alright, so now I'm going to cook down some onions in the same thing. Now this is the Trinity. We got onions, celery, bell peppers in here. And I thought I chopped up already. You don't have to. You can chop up your own onions and stuff. I like a lot, so I use a container on this every time I cook. What do I do with food? Here it is. Alright, let's let these cook down while we finish peeling our potatoes. John, look in that potato bin and see if I have some little potatoes. Yeah, pretty good.
Oh, we're going to make that one time those small potatoes in after.
No, I'm going to put them in the stew. She loves those roast potatoes, y'all. Alright. Move these to the side here. Go in the trash.
Yeah, people made my quesadillas.
They did?
Yeah.
Did they like them? Alright, now we're going to take these turnips and slice them. Not slice them, but kind of chunk them.
Trisha, when you said ever since your daughter made those quesadillas, I've had to make them so good.
They are good.
And then some Dawn cones that we did too, such a great idea. That's Taco Bell.
Yeah, they're fast and easy. We do them a lot whenever we just want a quick dinner. See now, as these onions are cooking down, they're pulling that gree-gree, that's what we call it. off the bottom of the pot. And that's from your meat and your flour.
And instead of here, oldest.
No, Natalie's the oldest. She's 20. Natalie's 21. Now, if you don't like turnips, you can use potatoes. I'm going to do both. And I'm just cutting these into some big chunks here. See, they're big. Now, earlier y'all asked me, are you going to use that meat juice over there in the Instapot? I am. Let me show you what we're going to do here. We're going to take these turnips. We're going to throw them in. And I'm using the same meat juice. I don't normally cook my meat before I put it in the flour. I did today because it wasn't defrosted all the way. So I threw it in the Instant Pot for 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. To help break it apart because it was like frozen together. Let's see. You don't have to use turnips, Miss Ruth. You can use potatoes. Yeah, don't comment to the troll, because that, I swear, they are just relentless. Now, oh, I got a turnip over here. I love this turnips in the stew. It takes on the flavor of the what am I trying to say? The gravy. So good. Now I got my oven on 350 for 2 reasons. I'm going to throw all of this in there eventually. And the second reason is because I got some potatoes in there. I'm going to make Big Daddy a baked potato to eat before he goes to work. Alright, and I'm going to take some of these little potatoes, wash them off here, throw them in here with these turnips. Oh, Bubby, you almost got killed. You alright? My picture fell off the wall above my door up there. I don't want to cook all of these, so because you got those turnips too. That's probably good. Now, I'm going to throw them in there, and I'm only going to cook them for 2 minutes in that pressure pot. They might not be done, but that's okay because I'm going to throw them back in the stew and they're going to cook in there for a few hours. So I'm hitting pressure cook. I took the keep warm button off, and then I hit start. All right, back over here. I really should have made my roux before I threw in the onions, but I was distracted. So now we did it the hard way. All right, now how am I gonna fix this? Just take them out. Yeah, I should have made the roux before I did put in those onions, but that's all right. When you mess up, you just improvise.
watching me.
Is Grandma what?
She's watching me.
Oh, is she?
Yes.
Sean, come say hi to her.
Hi.
Get over here.
I don't even know my own bedroom.
Brennan's, Sean's little boyfriend's grandma is on. What's her name, Sean? You.
He just called him Grandma or Grandpa or Papa.
She didn't tell you her name? She probably did, and you don't remember, huh?
I don't know. I do have a bad memory.
You get that on us. Alright, we're gonna throw some flour in here.
Last night he was asking me a question about Momo, and he was like, "What's her
About
name?" No, Momo.
Uh-huh.
He was like, "What's her name?" And I literally just forgot for a few seconds. I was just like,
This whole dinner's gonna be improvised.
Why?
Cause how to mess up all kinds of stuff. Anyways, you can't really mess it up. It's a stew. Alright, so because my oil is kind of like soaked up there, I'm just gonna add a little tablespoon of butter. Alright. So let's get this roux going.
Can you go potty?
They probably do. They've been sleeping all morning.
Okay.
Did you see where they were sleeping when you came in?
Yeah.
All of them was on the couch and they're not supposed to be there. Oh, that's so sweet. I am, Miss Connie. I was supposed to do one last night, but I got tied up at Terry's book club, and we got out of there kind of late, and I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm so tired lately. I can't hardly. I get up at the crack of dawn though. That could be why. Boy, well, that's okay. You know, I'm totally just winging this one. I'm gonna add more butter. We're gonna add the rest of this butter. Now, Big Daddy's been complaining that I haven't, I know, I need to look at taking some B12. I just called today. I made an appointment at my annual, you know, girl doctor. And this time we're going to do, a mammogram. Which I actually never had done. So, she's going to do all my blood work and check all that stuff and see what's up. But I don't go till March. All them little young girls having babies. Couldn't get in there sooner. Alright, that should be good. It's making a pretty good roux here. And our roux is soaking up all that flavor down there from the meat. And also, the onions and stuff I cooked in there. We're going to throw those onions back in here in just a minute. Should have made a little bit more roux. Let's add a little another scoop of flour. And we might have to add more butter. What is this thing? 1/4 of a cup. So I've added 2/4 of a cup, which is what? A half? Sort of like radishes. I like radishes. You could throw those in here too. I think a lot of it's stress too. You know, because you get stressed out and just, I don't know. We got a lot going on. Yes, I'm adding more butter. There we go. Hopefully that's enough. We'll keep it out just in case it's not. Bubby, you alright? You traumatized? I love a butter melting in a pot. I don't know why. So we're gonna have to get a bone density test. I don't know what that consists of, but it sounds fun. Yeah, I'm adding a little more butter. So the last time when we made chicken stew, I used chicken thighs that had the bone on and the skin. It's just better. I like it better that way, but you don't have to. Yes, I do have a bird. I have a cockatiel. Well, it's actually Camille's. His name is Macho, because he's a tough guy. And anyways, the skin and the fat from the chicken made it kind of greasier, or look greasier than this is going to look, because that stew meat is very lean. So I know I'm adding a lot of fat and oil in this, but that's because the meat doesn't have any. Well, it has some, but not enough. So we're going to get this a good caramel color. Then we're going to add our onions back in. Then we're going to start seasoning. See a tail wagging? Yeah, he's staying close. He likes to stay close when I cook. That one is my little man. That's my dog. I mean, they're all my dogs, but really, the gremlins are Jean's. You just lie on a bed and they scare me, nothing to it. Huh. Julia Child says everything's better with butter. Look, I believe it. Paula Deen, too, she loves butter. That girl done lost a lot of weight. I think she started doing a diabetic diet. I think she got hit with diabetes. Stress can cause a lot of pain. I try not to stress out about much, but you know, in Terry's book club, we're reading Apples Never Fall, and I just love that book because it's about a normal family, and I bet you every family, every one of us, could write a book. And it's great because on the outside, the community always thought of this couple as like the perfect couple. Everybody was envious of them. But even they had stuff going on in their family. Now don't forget, we got our turnips and potatoes in this pot, in this Instapot over here. Quarter cup of flour you need to use with a quarter cup of fat. Yeah, that sounds right, but I just don't measure. I quit measuring when I had so many babies. Ain't nobody had time for that because I usually had people hanging on me and wiping their nose on the end of my shirt. Luckily, they don't do that part no more. They still stick around. She's supposed to be reading comments until it's work involved, then they run. Ronnie! What you doing? You're supposed to be reading my comments. The book was called Apples Never Fall. It's really good. So we discussed the first half of it last night, and Monday night we'll do the second half. And if you're looking for the book club, it's called TCC's Book Club. It's really fun. But I'm going to tell you, I have a problem. Here's my problem. You're supposed to read up to chapter whatever, I think 35 last night. I can't do that. Because then, you know, right in the middle of the book is when it starts getting really good. I finish it. I just can't stop when I start. I'm sorry. I got a problem. But I don't give away anything. I try not to anyways. So I know this looks a little lumpy and bumpy, but that's because it's got a little bit of onions in there. But we're starting to get that color that we're looking for. And with a roux, you gotta stir it, especially because I got the fire kind of up a little bit so it don't burn. So you gotta kind of stir it constantly. It's from the same author, I think Lane Moriarty. It's from the same author that wrote Non-Perfect Strangers. Now, I didn't read that one, but I did see it on Hulu. We're making a beef stew, girl. And I read every night. before I go to bed. Since I finished that one, right now I'm reading. I read stuff over and over too. Since I read that one already, I'm reading The Secret Garden. It's a kid's book. But I love it. Alright, we're starting to get that good caramel color. So I'm going to add these onions back in. Let that kind of slow down that cooking. And now I'm going to grab some beef broth. Whoa. Why did I need that anyways? And we're going to add this to it. Hold on, let me add a little bit of fluid here. Just so this don't stick. I gotta go check on my Instacart. Woo! I love the way this part smells. Now, I don't like the way I smell after because I kind of smell like onions. But I love the way onions cook and smells. The Secret Garden is a good one. I also like Little Women, and I was really disappointed when my girls didn't love it. Hold on here. There we go. But they're not huge readers. Now, the other day when we were in Target, Caroline said, I want a book by Colleen Hoover. I've been seeing that girl all over TikTok, and everybody talks about it. And I was like, why does that sound familiar? I did read one of her books, but I did buy Caroline a book. She probably won't read it, but I hope she does. I hope she gets into it because I really, well, Ethan likes to read, but none of my girls like to read, and it really kind of breaks my heart a little bit. Maybe when they're older they will. Now, Jonah read dumb things like, hey, Miss Mary, the Twilight books. But hey, as long as she's reading something, I guess I'm okay with it. Alright, now we got us a pretty gravy going. Let's get it flavored up. Alright, let's see. We're going to need this. We're going to need some of this. We're going to need this. We're going to need that. Alright, so we're going to add a good tablespoon or two of our Creole seasoning. Any kind you want. I kind of change it up. This one is Paya, made by another creator. His name is the Cajun Ninja. He has a great page, so check him out. And I like to try to support those guys, so I just picked up his seasoning because it was in our grocery store. I don't know why I just did that. But you could use Tony Chachere's, you could use Fallen Scarlet, and I love it. The one I read is called Verity. That's what I read. I don't know which one she got. I forgot. I know. I just wasted that. But that's okay. Now we're going to put in some pepper. Now, Big Daddy, I told you, he's been complaining that I hadn't been putting enough spice. And I really haven't been putting a lot. Or as much as I normally would, because I had some people complaining saying I'm going to die of something. I don't know what. I mean, obviously I'm going to die of something, but they were saying the spices was killing us. But this time, we're going to put a lot because Big Daddy, we like it. So we got about 2 tablespoons of pepper in there. Now, normally I like to cook with fresh parsley, but I don't have any. So we're going to throw in some dried. Basil makes everything better, so we're going to dump a bunch of that in here. And we're going to put in 2 bay leaves. Do you put your beef stew over biscuits or just like a soup? We eat it over rice, Miss Kathy. Okay, that was 4 bay leaves. I read at least 2 books a month. My favorite book of all time is, hold on, let's see, Cane River. I haven't read that one. I might have to look it up. All right, let's get this all stirred up. going in here. Now what I didn't add yet is garlic. So let's add some of that. And I'm just going to put 2 heaping spoonfuls, maybe 2.5. Depends on if you like garlic. If you like garlic, add as much as you want. What did I do? There we go. Ooh, stretch, Bob. You don't like so much garlic, then put less. It's okay. Read where crawdads. Oh, I read that one too. I read where the crawdads sing. Ooh, yeah. You see how it's all chunky with onions and garlic? And look at that. The book about the apples is called Apples Never Fall. It was a good one. I really enjoyed that one. You know what another one of my favorite books is? Water for Elephants. That's a good one. And I also read once a year at least Lonesome Dove. That's probably one of my favorite books. You tried the garlic pepper. Oh, here we go. Seasoning. Seasonings aren't going to kill you. It's crazy. Girl, I don't know. I mean, my in-laws are, they don't, they have a family history of heart disease. So they think, you know, we cook too much meat. But we love meat. And dairy is bad, apparently. Alright, let's let this steam out. Dairy's bad. When I was doing keto, that was bad. So I don't know what's left, you know? Except fruits and vegetables. And, I mean, God didn't give us canine teeth for fruits and vegetables, so I'm not sure what to say or do about that. Alright, now I'm going to throw this meat back in here. I think you're supposed to eat everything in moderation. Now, some things I think are just straight up bad for you, like Coca-Colas. God didn't make that, man did, and I think they're terrible for you, but I am addicted to them. I love them. So, I don't know. And you see how thick my gravy is? We're going to thin it down some in just a minute. Now, I like it thick. It's going to thicken back up. Acid reflux. Oh, yeah. If you got acid reflux, girl, you don't want to put a lot of spices. Luckily, we don't have that one yet. I do get heartburn every now and then, and that I'm going to tell you right now, that's from the Cokes. When I quit drinking Cokes when I was on keto, I didn't have that at all. Get in there. You get in here. Get in my pot. All right. I want to forget this. Now we're going to toss in our potatoes and our turnips. Let's see if I can bring them a little closer over here to us. Let's see. Pot holders. Didn't I just have some? Here's one. Here's two. Here's three. I won't want a salad. Alrighty. Now, we're going to add in our turnips and potatoes. Ooh, I got to get some more liquid in here. Just a little bit. I'm going to turn it down to medium. Ooh. Alright. Oh yeah, they cooked pretty good. I might have cooked them too long. So maybe only throw them in there for a minute. Let's add a little bit of this juice to here. Oh, look at that, girls. Mm-mm. Now, normally I would use my big, huge Magnolite pots because I make such a big pot. But y'all can't see good when I use those pots. So I started using this, and now I struggle on getting it like to all fit in there. Struggling with what's it called? Not time management, but space management, maybe. I don't know. All right, let's get these potatoes and turnips in here. Ooh, that looks good. My turnips, I done cooked them down. They probably done cooked down to nothing now, but that's all right. That's all right. Now, they're very white, as you can see. But as they soak in this gravy, they're going to turn kind of more like a potato color. And I don't think your family, if you decide to use the turnips, I don't think they'll, well, mine can't tell the difference. I love turnips. Maybe we'll make a turnip au gratin. I've never made one, but I've eaten it before, and ooh, it's good. I love carrots. We got some carrots over there that's going to go in. And I also got mushrooms. I know y'all are thinking, Kelly, how in the world are you going to fit them? I don't know. But we are. I got 3 potatoes left in here. I think I might just put them in a bowl, let them cool off, and smash them up with my Bubba. Let's see. Well, I don't know if they cooked all the way. Oh well, Bubby, we're just gonna throw them in here. Sorry, I know you heard your name. You thought you was getting something. All right, now I want to be careful stirring this around because those turnips are really cooked. I don't want to smush them up too much. I got a little bit of this liquid in here left. We might not be able to put the mushrooms, which my family will not be upset about. I will be upset about it. I don't know how we're gonna fit much else in this thing. We're gonna let this cook down for a little bit. And then we'll bring it back up to a bowl. Gonna let it cook down a little bit, and then we're gonna throw in the carrots. I got 3 cans over there, but I think we might not be able to get them all in here. That looks good. You know, another thing I stopped doing on a live is tasting my gravies as I cook, because people threw a fit about that. But I need to taste this and see what we need to add, if anything. You notice I didn't add salt, and I didn't add salt because that Cajun seasoning has salt in it. It has a lot of salt in it, so I don't normally add salt. Using my big pot. I know I could change it, but I was going to put it in the oven, and if I use it, the big pot, I can't fit it in the oven. Well, I could put it in the roaster. And I hate to change the pot, but that is a good idea. Yummy, yummy. Au gratin turnips. That sounds good, don't it? It is good, girl. I never made them, but I would like to try. Maybe I'll, sorry, Bob. Maybe I'll try to make them and then make them for y'all so I don't have another fail. Because sometimes we fail. Normally I would just taste it right out the pot, but because some people don't like that, I'll only do that off camera. I think it's seasoned pretty good. Yeah, I don't think we need to add anything. Ooh, it's good. That was good. It definitely needs to cook down some more, but the seasoning, the flavor is good. All right. Now, we're gonna let this cook down for a while, probably a couple hours. Get that off there. And then we'll add our carrots. Normally I would like to add them right now, but as you can see, my pot is about to brim over. What do you think? Should we go ahead and change the pot? I don't know. If I change the pot, then I'm gonna add my mushrooms too. Let's see. Let me get that pot down. It's got stuff in it because I have storage issues. I'm just rinsing it out. Not because it's dirty, but just because it had stuff in it. Ronnie! I need help. John! Come here, girl. You right there and I got to holler for you. Come here, I need your help. I'm going to hold this pot. You use the spoon and we're going to pour it in this pot.
Do what? You pouring that in?
Yeah.
The spoon.
You go. No, that's the same one I was cooking with. Alright, let's see. Hold on, girl. I don't want to get burned. Be careful. I don't want it to splash you and burn you. Maybe I should just use a handle. Ready? Mm-hmm. Oh my God, it's heavy. Watch out, girl. Come on, get all that stuff in there. All right, good job. Well, that wasn't too painful. Back on here we go. Now we can add some stuff. Ronnie's given name is John. And she came with Ronnie because it's Johnny Ronnie. I know, it don't really go, but whatever. It just is what it is. Where is my can opener? I swear, I think my kids like to play hide the can opener. Found it. It's not the drawer it goes in. Let me just decline that. Alright. Ooh, I love some Skechers, girl. Well, I did until I started wearing, I still love them. Until I started wearing Orange Clouds. Now, I have Asics on my feet right now because I went to Academy with the kids the other day. They're not Asics. They're... John, what kind of shoes are these? Maybe they are. Huh? Adidas. They're Adidas. And I got them in the kids section for 25 bucks. And I couldn't pass up tennis shoes for 25 bucks. Even though, it's not because I don't think they're cute. It's because they're not my most favorite. I like my On Clouds. They're my favorite. And I bought those. They're super expensive, the On Clouds. But I bought them because I was having so much trouble with my feet. They hurt all the time. And part of that was because I needed to lose some weight. Because my little bitty feet wouldn't have made to carry this big old butt around. I got little feet. Alright, carrots are in. Now we're going to add the mushrooms. Last thing. Let's move some of this around so I can get this pot in here. When I'm doing a live, I use so many more dishes than I would normally use. Normally I would not do that. Alright, let's rinse these mushrooms off. Now these are, I got the whole mushrooms because my family doesn't love them. And this makes it easier for them to pick them out. And I got the baby bellas, but you could use whatever mushroom you want. Or you can leave them out if you want. I think maybe Ethan likes them. One of my kids like them. It's just me and one kid. I don't think it's him. I know it's not the twin. John! No, it ain't Big Daddy. It might be just me. I don't know. I think it's Natalie. A pair of Skechers. Yeah, you were a loyal Nike until you bought that. Now, I do love them. But they did, my feet still did hurt in them, like after wearing them all day. So I switched to those On Clouds, which they're not as soft and squishy. That's what I like about the Skechers. But yeah, my feet didn't hurt when I was on all day. So, but I did lose a little bit of weight, so that might be why. I don't know. Alright, so this is pretty much done. It is kind of thick, so I am going to add some more. Well, maybe not, because I'm out of beef broth. I got chicken broth. I think I'm out of beef. Nope, there's one. No, we're not using this. I think this is open. I think the kids might have set that down there. It doesn't feel full. No, we're not doing that. Let's just add a little water. Alright, and since we're live, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to clean your cast iron pots. Now this booger's going to be heavy. This has a lot of... You made the bread pudding? I hope you cooked it longer than me, Miss Lori. Because it did need to go a little bit longer. But it was still yummy. It just went pretty. Alright, so this is it. This is dinner. We're going to let this... I'm going to throw this in the oven and let it do its thing. And then right before Big Daddy goes to work, I'm gonna cook some rice in my Instapot and then send him off his way. So let's put this in the oven. Hold on, I gotta rearrange it over here. Got potatoes down there. Let's move potatoes to the top rack. Shoot, they feel like they're done. Let me see, is this one on? Yeah. I'm gonna let them go a little bit longer though. Move this down one more. Ow! Shoot! Hurt myself. Now. Need you, buddy. And let's stick this big bad boy in the oven. Dang. Alright, I gotta take my potatoes out. I gotta take that rack out. Now look, you don't have to put this in the oven. You can cook it on the stove all day if you want to. Son of a monkey's butt. Hurt myself again. I think my pot holders might be wet. Oh. There we go. Alright, we're done with that. Let's clean this pot. Now, I got no soap on this rag, maybe just a little bit, I don't know. But, no soap on the rag. And I'm cleaning it out. Now, if you got a lot of stuff stuck to it, you can pour some salt in here and scrub it. But you don't want to use soap on your cast iron. You want to keep it seasoned. Now, I'm using just, what is it, stainless steel to kind of scrub out whatever I need. Has no soap on it. Broth opens the seal now. Does it? Oh, that kind of grosses me out. I didn't trust it. Don't trust Caroline. That might be some that I didn't finish using and she stuck back in the cabinet. Alright, so we got the pot washed out. Now, we're going to put it on this hot plate and let it dry. Let me get the lid. Alright, now. You see how it's starting to steam and you can see it drying up in the bottom down there? We're going to help it out a little bit. But you want it completely dry. The whole pot. Alright. Let's see. Grab the lid off. Let's stick that on there so it can heat up. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take your oil, which I didn't put up somewhere. What did I do with that oil? Here it is. No, you don't use soap on your cast iron. If you need to scrub it, you can use the scouring pad that I just used. And you can use salt to help scrub it. Alright, so we're going to take that oil and pour it in there. I'm going gonna take a paper towel. And we're gonna spread this oil all around here. Now, this pot is old and it's already seasoned. Okay? If you get a new one, you need to do this just like this and then put it in the oven for a few hours. Okay? On about 250, 300. And I missed a step. And let that oil really get in there and season it. And then you want to do this every time you use it. Now, you also want to make sure that you do the whole pot. You want to do the outside too. Now, once you your pot gets old like this, I ain't gonna lie, I don't do it every single time now. Well, I do wipe it with some, but I don't do the whole thing. But you do need to routinely do your whole pot. Lid and all. Outside, inside, and then you just throw it in the oven and let that cook into the pot, and that's what you call seasoning. Otherwise, your pot's gonna rust. Now, you don't want it all greasy, you know, but why don't you electric eye? I use the electric one because the way my stove is set up, I can't get you to be able to see really well with the, yeah, I know I have it burning. I just unplugged it though. Because you can't see really well when I work on my stove with the camera. So I started using this little burner. Now you don't want to leave a pool of oil in your pan. Now if I didn't have my oven full, I would stick this in that hot oven. I'd probably turn the oven off and just throw it in there and let it cool in it. Does that make sense? Like just let it kind of heat while the oven cooled. But only because this one is already old and seasoned. When you buy them, they're not like a black. They're like a pewter kind of color. But you want this black. Who do you clean bottom of Pam? I'm not sure what that meant. I mean, I know that was probably a typo, but I'm not sure what you meant. So you might have to say it again. All right, so we're done with this. I'm just gonna let it sit on this hot eye until the eye cools off. I just cleaned my pot and showed y'all how to season it. But you don't have to do all that seasoning every single time once it gets nice and seasoned like this. But when it's new, you need to do that. If you put it in a paper bag, hold on, I want to see this. It keeps the oil on the pot or skillet. That's a great idea. I've never done it that way, but I think you could. Alright. So we're going to leave that in there. For lunch over here, I got some baked potatoes. So when Big Daddy wakes up, he can eat a baked potato. And John can eat a baked potato. And then we're going to have that tonight for dinner. And I'm just going to let it go in the oven. I'm not going to mess with it. But that is it for dinner, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this. There's 10,000 ways, I hate this saying, but there's 10,000 ways to skin a cat, more than one way to skin a cat. So if you don't like some of the seasoning, or if I put too much, put less. If you don't like what I use whatever you want. I'm just showing you how I do it. The most important part is to brown your meat and make your roux. Even if you bought one that says pre-seasoned, I would still season it. Yep. I definitely would. It's not hard to do. Just wipe it with the oil and throw it in the oven for a few hours. And when this comes out the oven, I'm going to throw this pot in there and just turn it off. Turn the oven off. Anywho. Alright, so I'm going to finish cleaning up this kitchen, and I got some clothes to fold, and I want to sweep and mop in here. And then we're going to call it a day. I have Mama's Granny's. Let's see. Sometimes mine come out of the oven sticky also. Really? Same thing. You want to use your scouring pad to clean the outside of it. You want to use your scouring pad and salt. Now, Miss Brenda Nat has a really good video on seasoning. She took an old rusty pot and redone it to make it new and, well, not new, but, and seasoned it real good. So that's a good video to check out. Check out her video. But this is just like maintenance. I think Terry did one too on seasoning a pot. Not sure. Alright guys, I will see you all very soon. Is it a Magnolite roaster? The one in the oven is, yes ma'am. I got them at Sam's. Alright, I will see you all very soon. I want to do some crafts tonight. Big Daddy's going to be at work, and it's just, hopefully, I done did all the cooking, so. Not a Brillo pad, that's right, only stainless steel. You don't want the soap. Now look, I have used soap on it before, but only because mine is super seasoned already. And only for, like, dire circumstances. And that dire circumstance was, we used it, Caroline washed it, and she stuck it on the stove, but she didn't turn the stove on, so it had water sitting in it, so it got a little rust ring in it. So I used a little bit of soap and scrubbed it real good and seasoned it all back up. So that's the exception. But you really should, I really didn't have to use soap. I don't know why I did, I just did. Okay, I will see you all soon. Y'all have a great day.